let's begin just for a moment with this gun legislation that the Texas governor is signing. It's now completely legal to be carrying without ever going through any paperwork whatsoever to get that gun.
Yeah, the governor and the Republican legislature have made Texas more dangerous. And it's really tragic, Lawrence, because Texas has been the site of so many mass shootings. When you think about what happened at Santa Fe High School or Sutherland Springs or El Paso, Texas in 2019, and Killeen in 1991. And instead of making the people of Texas safer by doing things like background checks, a very simple thing to do, the governor and the legislature have actually made it easier for people without any kind of permit, without any kind of background check, without going through any kind of training to get a gun.
Let's go to what they're doing on voter legislation. This is a second round of voter legislation in the Texas legislature, and aiming now at the big counties where the Democrats vote.
Yeah, that's right. This is basically a naked power grab. Texas Republicans this legislative session have moved to the extreme right. And one of the things that they're trying to do is suppress Democratic votes. As you know, in the last few years, the elections have actually gotten closer and closer. And so rather than putting out great ideas or convincing more voters to side with them or governing better, instead of doing any of that, what they're trying to do is make it harder for the people that disagree with them, the people that go and vote against them, making it harder for those people to actually come back and vote next time. And so it's very much a naked power grab. And also, if you look at the leadership in Texas, Lawrence, it very much is out of sync with the population of Texas. Texas is an incredibly diverse state, and the Republican leadership in Texas is not. And so, it's very sad to say, but I think it's true that it is a lot of Republican white males that are trying to hang on to power, and they're trying to do everything that they can in a diversifying state to do that.
Well, they definitely are in sync with the Trump vote. We have a new poll showing that 53% of Republicans, 53%, believe that Donald Trump is the true president. So that means 53% of Republicans fail a basic mental competency test question: who is the president of the United States? And Congressman Castro, the Texas legislature seems to be in service of those people only at this point.
Look, Donald Trump owns the Republican Party in this country. He owns the Texas Republicans. And not only is it a matter of self-delusion, these people are delusional, but they've also gotten very dangerous to the people of Texas, and I think to the people of this country.
As you go forward, what is your expectation of how you would be able to counter in the next election what they are legislating now about how that election will be held in Texas?
Well, of course, there are going to be legal challenges that hopefully will hold up some of this legislation and hopefully prevent it from actually taking effect. We're going to have to see how it goes in the courts. But aside from that, it speaks to the fact that we need people to get out there and vote. And we have to redouble our efforts to get folks out to vote. But most of all, for the Congress, we need to pass H.R. 1. We need to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. I'll tell you, if we don't do that this term, if we let this term go without passing those significant pieces of legislation to protect our democracy, then by 2022, 2024, I don't know that we're going to recognize voting in this country by then.